Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you know, in these videos I talk about the mindset changes that I did. Oh, by the way, sun. There's a little bit of sun today. Yes, it's not dark. Anyway, so as you know, I usually talk about the different mindset changes I made in order to quit sugar. And today is no different because I'm once again going to be talking about another mindset change that I had to make in order to quit sugar. And this was because I learned the distinction between wanting something and being committed. You see, very often I used to say to myself, I really want to quit sugar. You know, I kept saying I want to lose weight. And I was one of the 85% of women who are always trying to do something to lose weight. Yes, statistics apparently tell us that 85% of women in the world are at some point trying to lose weight. I know. So I was one of them. I wanted to lose weight. I kept saying I want to lose weight. But even though I said I wanted to lose weight, I was still eating pizza, I was still having the cookies, I was still having the cake, I was still having the chocolate, and I was still having all the things that would prohibit me from losing weight. But I wanted to lose weight. I really did. I was tired of salivating over the thought of losing weight. I was tired of going to stores and trying on clothes and looking at myself in the mirror when I was in the fitting room and trying to pull in and talk and, not liking what I saw. I was tired of sometimes not going to events because I didn't have anything loose enough to wear. And I was really angry and frustrated with myself. I was angry with myself because I kept saying, how did you manage to do that? How did you manage to get from this to this? And I think many of us sometimes feel like that when we remember ourselves at a smaller size and we wonder, how did it happen? How did we manage? We know how it happened, but it's as if we're not sure. What did we do? Or what did we not do? And we wonder, how could we have done this? That's what I kept saying to myself. Tanya, how could you have let yourself go? And I wanted it and I drooled over it. So in 2006, a little bit before my mom died, I had bought a bunch of clothes, as you can see in this photo. And I never even got a chance to wear them. All the tags were still on. And I didn't get a chance to wear them because after she died, it led to a series of events. And I was mourning and I was sad and depressed and I was eating and I ate myself. Yeah, I did. But sometime last year, I heard the distinction between wanting and being committed. And when I heard that distinction, it made a huge difference. So I learned that to want was to desire and to wish for something, but it was passive, which meant no action. And I could stay in my comfort zone, I'd be scrolling on Facebook or I'd be scrolling on Instagram and I would see these girls in these outfits and I'd say, I want to wear something like that. As I kept eating the chips and the chocolate. So there was no action required, but I wanted it. But then I learned that commitment meant following through on a course of action. It also is a promise to do something. So action is required. So when I heard that, it made me realize that what I was doing was wishful thinking. But if I wanted to see results, then I needed action. Because a part of action involves forward momentum, progress. And I wasn't making any progress because I was still looking at the scale and seeing the same weight. And so as I listened to this person speak, I thought to myself, well, what is commitment? Like, what do you do to show that you're committed to something? And then I learned because so she told a story which made so much sense. She spoke about, if you're at your desk at work and you feel, oh, I could eat some chips right now, you can keep saying to yourself, wow, it would be nice to have some chips, eh? I'd really love some chips. But if you know the vending machine is 2 floors down, it will require some action or some commitment to actually get the chips. Now, it will require a series of actions because first you think, oh, I really need the chips. It's 2 floors down, okay? Let me reach for my handbag. You get out your purse. You open your purse. You take out the money. And let's say you're in the United States where you have those dollar bills. You think, okay, I have my dollar bill ready. Or maybe you need 1 or 2. Or wherever you are. Say you have a dollar bill. Say you have paper bills, right? You then get up. You walk to the elevator because you're conserving your energy. Or you may take the stairs. You go to the machine. You stand in front of the vending machine. You look to see which number it is that you want. Maybe it's the D14. You put the money in, you press D14, it drops, you reach in, you take out your chips, you open it, and then you eat it. Series of action because you were committed. But let's say you just kept saying, it would be nice to have some chips today. I really could eat something salty. But you don't go after it. Then it means it really was only a wish and you were not committed. But let's say you are committed and you go to the vending machine and every time you put the dollar bill in, the machine spits it out. What would you do? You would take the dollar bill, you would, try and uncrease it, smooth it out, try it again. And if you had the same result, maybe you'd even go back upstairs to a co-worker and say, do you have a dollar bill? Could we exchange? And you would do the work and you would act and act and act until you got the results. And when I heard that distinction, I realized that I wanted to lose weight, but I was not yet committed to losing weight. Now you'll remember in this video, I spoke about the 4 C's of success. And the first step is commitment. And I didn't talk a lot about commitment because that was not the intention for that video. So if you've watched that video or if you haven't, it's a good one to watch because before you start any weight loss journey, you have to decide on your commitment. You have to be committed. So when I realized I wasn't committed, I decided to get honest with myself and I said, well, it would be a great idea, but I had never done enough planning to even prove to myself that I was serious because I constantly said I want to lose weight and I would say, I'm going to start this Monday, yet I did nothing to prepare for Monday. So when I ran into that video, learning about the difference between commitment and wanting, I decided that I was going to go all in this time and I was really going to try. So I decided to take 2 weeks to prepare because I had that much chocolate and chocolate chip cookies and ice cream in the house and I wanted to eat it first. Yes, I did. So I spent about 2 weeks clearing out the cupboards. I did throw out some things, but I ate quite a bit of it also. I wanted to make sure that when I started, I had no chocolate in the house that I could reach for. Because every time I had done a diet before, I always had chocolate around for the weekends and for the times when I wasn't in a good mood and I needed chocolate. So I decided I would have no crutch this time. I got rid of all the chocolate. I asked my husband to not put his wines and sweet things in my line of vision. And you know what he did? I knew they were in one of the higher cupboards, the ones that I couldn't reach, but there was nothing to stop me. So I cleared out the cupboards. I got his support. I told some friends, especially when they're coming over, I told them. I got a coach. I joined a keto group. I did everything that I felt could help me this time. And then I started taking action. And one of the first things I did was I got some tangerines in the house to replace the chocolate. I knew that the first 3 days would be harder without sugar. So I thought, let me gradually do this by having natural sugar. So I had a lot of apples and a lot of tangerines. And on the 15th of February, 2024, the day after Valentine's Day, when I had my chocolate, the day after Valentine's Day, I started. And I started with a bit of hope, but no confidence yet, because I had no idea of what I was going to do when the sugar craving started. But at least I was prepared, because I knew that it was going to be hard and that I should expect it to be hard. But I was committed. And when you're committed, you say, no matter what. It also means that if you fail today, you get back on the horse and you start again. And if you fail for the next meal, for the following meal, you get back on the horse again. And if you keep failing, you keep getting back on the horse and trying again until you stop failing. But if you fail one time and then you quit, you haven't tried enough yet. It means that you're not yet committed. I failed many times before the 15th of February. I tried many times in 2023 to quit. And I think the longest I lasted was about 2 weeks. But then when I started to do the research and I realized it's human, it's normal to feel this way. And when I learned about self-compassion, as I spoke about in this video, I thought, okay, bring it on. Bring it on. And that's the attitude I had. Bring it on, because I am not quitting this time. And I didn't. And it's now been 300 days. 300 days without sugar and 35 pounds down. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But you know what? It's been so incredibly rewarding. And I no longer am pre-diabetic, yeah, but all the clothes that I bought in 2006 before my mom died, I took a picture of them because I kept looking at that picture and saying, Tanya, one day will come when you will fit into those clothes. And guess what? The day has come. I can fit into all of the jackets, finally. But it did take a lot of persistence and a lot of grit. But it meant commitment. A commitment that says, no matter what, I am not going to quit until I get my results. I initially had a 35-pound goal, which I've met. Now I have another 10-pound goal. I'm not sure if I'm as committed to the last 10 pounds yet, but the 35 pounds, I knew that once I got to the 35 pounds, I would be ready. I would be ready. So now it's a new goal. I'm not yet committed to it yet. It's still an idea, but I think I'm going to go for it. And I'll make that decision when I get back from Jamaica, because I'm going to Jamaica this weekend. My brother-in-law died. By the time I get back to Vancouver, I'll be sure about that extra 10 pounds. But I just want to remind you that there's a huge difference between wanting and committing. And for me, the game changer was realizing what was required of me if I really was serious and if I was interested in not just talking and not just wishing, but being committed. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Again, thank you for watching today's video, and ask yourself every day the same question. Am I committed? Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.